Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into a brand new episode of Snaps. It's that time of week in which we sit down with our gambling expert, Collin Wilson, host of the Big Bets on Campus podcast. I've been following him all year long, and imagine this. I've watched my DraftKings account grow. It's been awesome. So check out his work. Listen to the Big Bets on Campus podcast. Go to the Action Network. T-Bob Hebert, Aaron Murray with you. Collin, what's up, dog? How are we feeling today?
Had a great weekend last weekend, and I just cashed maybe like 50 units in win totals. I think I lost maybe 4 win totals on the season. So, it's going to be a good Christmas for everybody.
50 units in win totals. God, I still can't believe Eric Iamaner stopped my Colorado total from hitting. Whatever. But wait, Collin, it's big day. For those that don't know, Collin, a dyed-in-the-wool Razorback, moved back to Fayetteville when he got the opportunity, a credential. Petrino is back. Therefore, the Razorbacks are back. How about it? Bobby P back in the house, dude.
Listen, I couldn't be happier. I never wanted to believe in the first place. The problem is you can't have an inappropriate relationship with somebody that's on the state payroll.
You can't? Why not?
Really? Because I still live in the Bible Belt. Because Aaron, it's the Bible Belt over here in the South. We're not the dirty South. We're still the South. We like our Baptists, and you can't be having inappropriate relationships with volleyball players that you hire.
Well, no, look, Baptists are dirty. They're just in the dark. You got to do it all in the shadows. You know, they can't have it come out the light day. You can't crash the motorcycle, is what it actually boils down to.
Oh, and try to hide her in the woods. But listen, I'm glad that he's back, and I don't think it's any surprise that KJ Jefferson is hitting the portal. Because when you look at the kind of quarterback that Bobby Petrino has, whether it's Missouri State, he didn't pick the quarterbacks at Texas A&M, but when he was at Arkansas, Ryan Mallett is the type of quarterback that he needs. Tall, sturdy, NFL, pocket passer, huge arm. I'm not surprised KJ's going in the portal because, frankly, he might get told, we don't have a spot for you.
Okay. Hold up now. That feels a little. Dang. That feels a little like I didn't break up with you. You broke up with me. Okay.
Well, Hunter Yurichek, our athletic director, came out yesterday, sent a video to everybody saying we have new NIL policies, new NIL money coming in. We're doing all this. And then you're telling me within 24 hours, your quarterback that you've had for 5 years since Chad Morris era is suddenly in the portal and leaving. There's a huge disconnect.
I would also say this. Credit to Arkansas for not pulling Indiana and wasting all that money and buyout money. Spend that money on players, And if it doesn't work, then let the buyout go down and then do it when it's more reasonable. I cannot believe Indiana's wasting $20 million. All right, let's get into our best bets. Start in the SEC, UGA Bama. What are we playing this weekend?
Well, I prepared myself all year for this. I had a Georgia to win the SEC title preseason. I took an Alabama look-ahead line at +6. So if you're there, you're set. But if you had no money on this game whatsoever, you're going to take the first half under. This number has been crashing down. It's because these two teams don't have an avenue to beat each other. When you look at Alabama's defense, they are one of the best in the nation against inside zone, outside zone. It doesn't matter. They shut down people's run. They're number 2 in coverage rankings per PFF. So even though Carson Beck has 1 billion targets that are all explosive, Alabama is one of the best secondaries in the nation. You go to the other side of the ball, Jalen Milroe has a beautiful deep ball. We saw that on display against Auburn. But he's not going to be able to get it downfield against Georgia's secondary either. And Georgia's front 7, 6, however many they're loading in the box, has been fantastic against inside zone too, which is all Jalen Milroe runs. So first half under, it's going to be scripted. We're going to find out. We're going to poke each other around. These two head coaches, they come from the same mold, from the same cloth. I don't think anything is going to be a surprise to these guys. I love the defenses in the first half.
Yeah, I love the defense in general. I think told T-Bob yesterday, neither offense has faced a defense like this besides maybe Alabama against Texas early on this season. So I think that both offenses are kind of in for oh my goodness, someone's actually playing defense against us moment. What team?
What's the number? Like how low are we going on what's the lowest you would bet it at the first?
Yeah, I think the lowest that we would want to bet it at is I'm sure it's down. It was 27 when I got it. I'm sure it's going to get down to the 26, 25 dead range. I'd still play it down to 24.5. Aaron said, it's just, there's not a lot of leeway here. And we'll see what happens.
All right, big game on Friday night, Oregon, Washington, Pac-12 Championship. Oregon looking to get that revenge. What do you like in this football game?
Well, I will be at this game live.
Vegas, baby. Vegas.
One of these
plane
teams
tickets are easier to buy when the 50 units hit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the Pac-12 was nice enough to give me tickets to this game, so I'm actually going to be right behind the Oregon bench, and I would like
final hoorah for the Pac-12. You'll be there. Keep that ticket.
I'm so excited. I couldn't be, and I might even go to UNLV the next day. But I think with this game, I have a 6-figure future on Washington. I have a high 5-figure future on Oregon. So there's some financial decisions that need to be made after this game because one of them is going to make the playoff, which is why I'm going to go to this. I think it's going to be a great game. This number is unbelievable. I mean, just blindly close your eyes and say a team beat another team by 3. They're undefeated, and now they're 10-point dogs on a neutral site. It doesn't make any sense. But what it is telling me is that odds makers are searching for people to bet on Washington, and they're not getting it. They didn't get it at 8. They didn't get it at 9. And now they're up to 10, and there's a 10.5 on the board. This is going to be a complete blowout here. Don't think twice about it. I know the number's completely inflated. I think it should be 6. But if the odds makers are going to keep doing this, all it's saying is we're looking for resistance and buyback. Oregon's the hottest team in the nation, and they're going to win this game by a lot.
So what's the highest number you would take, or what's the biggest that you would take him at?
I think the more proper question is how much should everybody be loading up on Bo Nix right now at numbers that I've seen below -170 down to -130? If you're thinking about buying Washington, I would turn around and put all that money on Bo Nix to win the Heisman. So maybe 14, T-Bob. I mean, really, when do they stop? Because Bo Nix needs that Heisman. He knows he's up against your guy, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, and he shouldn't win it, but whatever, he's going to if they win. So fucking ridiculous. I mean, literally doesn't have one stat over Jaden except for completion percentage. Fucking give it to Chad Pennington. Whatever.
We had the argument on our BBOC podcast that if we're going to give it to just stats only, why didn't Bailey Zappi get it a couple years ago, right?
Okay, come on, bro. Come on, dude. What are we talking about? We talking about a Power 5 schedule. We talking about having the toughest strength of schedule. We need to play this game, Colin. Get the fuck out of here. I know you're a Razorback fan. You don't want to see LSU get another Heisman, but you are fucking crazy.
Hey, I got robbed of Darren McFadden.
Bo Nix is the best football player in the country. You did. I
got robbed of Darren McFadden to Troy Smith. All right, I'm still butthurt about Darren McFadden finishing second.
I agree. Okay, Michigan, Iowa, Big Ten Championship. What we got?
Yeah, can you believe that the bet is simply will Iowa even score in the first half? The play on this one is the over. Harbaugh is returning to the sideline. That's not going to stop him from scoring as much as possible. When you look at what Blake Corum does on the ground, Iowa cannot stop that run concept whatsoever. I would simply say that Michigan wants to score their points, win this game, and get to the playoff, but I know for a fact that is just not the MO of this team right now. They're looking to blow everybody out. They will not take knees. They will not just hand the ball off in the second half.
Michigan won't?
Michigan won't. Absolutely.
Despite the fact that they just did that against Penn State, literally just handed the ball off.
They're going over. This game with Harbaugh back on the side, this game is going over 35.
What do they benefit from?
You want me to bet Iowa over? That's how I know you're an expert.
The team, I'm telling you right now, the team right now is being fed biblical passages in the locker room about how it's them versus the world. They are not slowing down with a national spotlight on them. With Harbaugh back on the sidelines, you think he's just going to say punt and take it easy on Kirk? It's not going to happen. Plus, also, they want that number 1 seed over Michigan.
They ain't gonna get. Michigan will not. There's no way they would get the number 1 seed if Georgia beats Alabama. There's no way.
I'm not a Big Ten guy. I'm not a Big Ten guy, but there are a lot of writers out there, a lot of talking heads that are from the North that like the Big Ten and think that Michigan has a spot to be the number 1 seed. I don't think so, but
if there was a movement that was going to that would have happened, it would have been after they beat Ohio State, not after beating Iowa when Georgia beats Alabama.
Aaron, you guys know style points matter on this weekend.
I know, but beating Alabama, I think, matters more than how much you beat the crap out of Iowa. But whatever,
it does. We're all together. We're SEC.
Yeah. No, it's not even SEC. It's just like it makes no. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. From where I'm sitting, looks like you fucking quack, Colin. I'm not sure if you are. Go to Pac-12 championships.
Listen,
want Bo Nix to win the Heisman. Want Oregon to be the beneficiary of a flawed system and have them go to the playoff despite the fact that they lost to this team and to be 1-1 on the year and play an easier schedule.
I'm also a guy that bets on Georgia to win and cover. They go the over every single weekend too. So I'm a huge SEC guy.
All right, give us a couple of best bets for the weekend real quick.
Yeah. I mean, when I look at the board, I'm going to take Louisville. I took them over 3. I'd take them at 2.5. They're going to give their best effort here against Florida State. There's enough tape on Tate Rodemaker about what you need to do against him. The market is pushing that number down. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a pick by the time it gets done. Down in the Sun Belt, App State has been on fire the last 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know what was going on with this team. Barely beat ULM, didn't cover against Southern Miss, and then the last 3 weeks of the season, they have boat raced everybody in the Sun Belt. Something has clicked there. They're going to cover, potentially win outright in the Sun Belt. And then my best bet of the weekend.
What's the line? What's the numbers there?
That number is 6. And I do not think it's going to stay there. So we'll see how it goes the rest of the week. My best bet of the weekend is Texas over team total 34.5 on their points. Why? This game is at 11 a.m. local kickoff in the Big 12 championship game. And if anybody needs style points, if anybody needs some help, it is the Texas Longhorns. When you look at what Oklahoma State does, I will save it. Everybody go to Action Network and read my write-up. Oklahoma State has no avenue to score points. They have no avenue to stop what Texas does on offense. Sarkisian accidentally just put up 50 points against Texas Tech. I mean, they screwed around in the first half. Like they just can't get drives into points, and they still ended up with 50 points. What are they going to do to Oklahoma State, who just gave up 40 to BYU? I mean, over 35 points for me, please.
All right, there you go. So we have to sum things up. UGA Bama, first half under. The lowest you bet at 24.5. Oregon, Washington. Really, it just sounds like Oregon no matter what, all the way up to -14. That worked out. That Oregon State game for sure. That was Washington. Okay, Michigan, Iowa likes the over. Whoo, wait. And then Louisville +2.5. App State +6. Maybe a little money line if you want to get frisky. And Texas team total over 34.5. Collin Wilson, you the man.
Thanks for having me, guys. Love it.
You have a great weekend. Enjoy Vegas. That's awesome, man. What's your preferred game when you're out there?
What's my preferred? Oh, blackjack. Oh, I count shoes. I can count up to 6 shoes. So a couple casinos know that. And
what?
Ask me. Yeah, it's a story.
Oh my God.
So you are a professional gambler in more ways than one.
I need a trip with you to Vegas. Let's go. Can we do a snaps trip with Collin to Vegas?
You can count up to 6 shoes at once?
Yeah, the Venetian facial recognition cameras pick me up immediately and give me free food at the Grand Lux. So blackjack all the way.
Do they just make you leave? How's that work?
No, they give me everything I want to drink and eat at Grand Lux or Delmonico, the steakhouse. They're just like, please go have a free dinner. And I'm like, okay, fine.
And take my money too? I don't get that. Why would they give you free food and you just
I think the hope is the less time he spends in the casino. Like maybe you spend a few hundred on the meal, but you're not out a few thousand.
Oh, no, the meal's free. They're like, fine, just take the meal.
I'm saying maybe they spend a few hundred on the meal, but that's less than what you would hit him for if you spent that time at the table. Oh, that's unbelievable. Collin Wilson, enjoy it, man. You're going to have a great time, and we will talk to you later. That's it for Snaps. We'll see you throughout this championship weekend. Subscribe, like. We'll see you then.